Hi everyone, welcome back to another video. My name is Tali. If you're new to the channel, if you're not, welcome back. So for today, I'm going to be sharing my January wrap up. For the month of January, I actually not planned a TBR, and the reason I did this was because I wanted to have a little bit more fun with my readings and concentrate and focus more on my reading rather than how many books I read each month. So I think that's what I'm going to be doing for the rest of the year. I'm not going to be planning a TBR because I want to read books based on my mood, and I feel like I enjoyed my reading this month a little bit more better because I was just reading like books that I wanted to read and not just books that I planned. Sometimes our mood changes. I really enjoyed the books that I read. I feel like when you plan a TBR, sometimes your mood changes and your interests on the books that you planned that day change. For 2020, I planned on reading 80 books. I think I'm like 2 books behind, but that's totally fine because I'm having more fun reading and just enjoying the stories. So for this month, I read 4 books in total. I mean, that's not that bad. I've read more in the past months and the past year, but what matters to me is that I love the books and that I had fun reading them. First one that I read for the month, this one I talked about on one of my vlogs. It is The Woman in the Window by AJ Finn. This one was my favorite. It is going to be a movie in May, I believe. This one is a thriller and kind of like a mystery. It was very good in my opinion. I think that the writer does a very good job at writing, but I really enjoyed the story of this. There was a plot twist at the end. The story is about a woman who has agoraphobia, and because of an accident that happened, I'm not gonna go too deep into it because it's just gonna spoil it for you guys, but I loved the plot twist, and it was very sad because you start the book thinking something, but then the story ends in a huge plot twist. So that's what I really loved about the story. A lot of people said that this story was very slow-paced, but I feel like even if it was slow-paced in the beginning, it picked up really fast and the story developed very great. So I gave it a 5 out of 5 rating. The second book that I read, it was very sad and it was a very important topic about the Holocaust. And it is The Tattooist of Auschwitz by Heather Morris. My favorite book for the month of January. I've read a couple of Holocaust stories. I love Lael. I think he's very intelligent. He's very friendly. He's a very important character, and he falls in love with a woman named Gita or Jita. He knows different languages. Because of him knowing a lot of languages, he's able to do more. They give him a job. He needs to tattoo the people who are coming to the concentration camps with their number. At first it hurts him because he's hurting other people, and putting these tattoos on them is gonna hurt them, you know. It causes pain, and he doesn't want to do it at first, but he feels like if he does this job, he's gonna have a lot of opportunities to do a lot of stuff. I feel like this story was very well written. The writer just writes Lael's experiences from the Holocaust and him as the tattooist of Auschwitz and how he tattooed thousands of prisoners. It talks about lots of conditions that the prisoners lived in. Very important that we know about these topics, and I truly really love this story. I gave this a 5 out of 5, one of my favorites from the month. So I did finish the Harry Potter series. So for this month I wanted to focus more on the Harry Potter last book of the series, and I was able to finish it in maybe 3 days. I fell in love with the Harry Potter series. I think it's a very amazing story, very magical, and it has become one of my favorite fantasy stories. If you have not read the Harry Potter series, what are you doing with your life? You need to read them. And if you hate the Harry Potter series, you don't have a heart, because this is such an amazing story. But yeah, that's it. I'm not going to talk about Harry Potter anymore because I'm just going to cry. The least favorite of my books for this month was the Guernsey Literary and Potato Peel Pie Society. I have to say that I enjoyed the movie more than the book, and this is totally not me because I prefer books than the movies, but sometimes when I watch the movies first, I end up liking the movie more than the book. It's based on letters that Juliet, the main character in the story, who is the writer, sends to the people from Guernsey, and who form a group called Guernsey Literary and Potato Peel Pie Society. So they formed this group when they passed their curfew from the Germans. It takes place in the island of Guernsey during the German occupation. They formed the group when they passed their curfew, and they have to come up with something like, why did they pass their curfew? I just really couldn't catch my attention to the readings or to the letters. I don't know if it was the form of like writing. It was just not my preference. I feel like it was very slow paced at all times. So I rated this a 4 out of 5. That's it. This was just a fast video. I didn't want to elaborate a lot from the books that I read. All I read. So hope you guys enjoyed this video. Make sure to like, comment, and subscribe. And I will see you guys later.